Pace car is off. We're ready to go green from Circuit of the Americas. Larson Elliott front row lead the way as it's 23 laps. Stage 1 ends at the end of lap 6. Stage 2 the end of lap 12, and then we race it to 23 for the final stage. For the first time in the history of this series, no stage cautions. We're underway. I am joined by Fast Cook Live on Twitch. Jay Cook as usual as we head down towards turn 1. Jay, for the first time ever, no stage cautions. These guys could go all race without a single yellow flag, but when they're racing like that already, I don't see that happening.
3 wide for the lead. Christopher Buescher sitting down on the inside. Look, he was able to almost get away from the 200 teammates, but still is
he's gonna turn. Unbelievable. Already the 17's been turned. That is going to be some regular season implications right there as we continue on, and we're going to race it back. The 34 takes the lead. Kyle Larson not hesitating. Where did he come from? As Michael McDowell, but Larson not hesitating at all. You saw the 17 kind of crowd him over. Larson said, screw it, I'm going to turn him.
Yeah, the first lap, Christopher Buescher taking it 3 wide into number 1. We know turn 1's the place where they all fan out, go 4, 5, 6, sometimes even 7 wide.
As Michael McDowell, though, leads the field back to the green flag. Chase Elliott just behind, and then you got the 20 of Christopher Bell, who's very strong as well on road courses. Now, Jay, we got 3 very good road course races up here, and then you got Noah Gregson. I mean, how about this? That 42 car with a great start to this race here in Circuit of the Americas, and Suarez and Priest just behind.
Yeah, you've seen Gregson have some decent runs at road courses in the Xfinity Series before, but obviously in the Cup Series in his first full-time season, Gary, right now to be in 4th place on the 4th lap so far in COTA, I think a bit surprising right now. You got Ty Gibbs back here as well, fighting side-by-side with Martin Truex Jr., Tyler Reddick right behind them as well. Toyotas right now, Gary, a couple of them up at the top 10. This is not a thing we've been seeing early in the races so far this season. Usually it's been the Toyotas all struggling, 1 or 2 maybe. 2
Formula 1 drivers in the field, former F1 drivers we should say. There you see Jenson Button behind the wheel of that number 15 as he's about to get wrecked by Cody Ware. Fortunately does not. And then you have just behind the 91 of Kimi Räikkönen, a bit off the pace so far to start this race, but Räikkönen is in the field. Struggled a little bit in real life in qualifying and practice in Circuit of the Americas.
I expected both of them to be a little bit faster, a little bit better goodness. The 8 car of Kyle Busch has a massive crunch to the front end there. That's going to be some severe damage for this 8 car.
Maybe off that 24.
Like the 24 as well. So yeah, the 24 got front and rear end damage there, Gary. I'd have to imagine that's down at the hairpin at turn 10 or turn 11. And they're pretty much going to have to come in and pit, I think, both of those cars and take the front ends off.
Almirola getting turned into the infield just about there. He's sideways. He saves it in the background. Good save there from the number 10. I hope he doesn't come on and cause issues. Oh my goodness. That could have went wrong. That's last week's winner right there. Eric Almirola, Kyle Busch into the pits, and Jimmy Johnson in the field as well. The top 10 was on the board at the end of stage 1 there. Michael McDowell is your stage winner. Feels so different not throwing stage cautions here, but you do see the top 10 on your screen on the top left there. 45 of Tyler Reddick with the last stage point here in Circuit of the Americas. So now the race to the end of lap 12. This road course is kind of perfect for a NASCAR stock car in terms of being having opportunities to use the bump and run to your favor, as we're going to see nearly once again there.
Suarez tries it again, and he may not even actually be trying to do that. It might just be, again, like you mentioned, getting these heavy stock cars slowed down is a trick. It looks like this
right here.
It might be McDowell coming to the pit lane. I think all 3 are coming to the pit lane this time.
It looks like practically everybody is going to come in, which means that it is going to be flooded here in the pits now.
Pit lane. Michael McDowell already down and away. Chase Elliott.
Huge gap.
Bell, they all pretty much stay together. Big gap, though. Yeah, large gap between the 34 and the 9. That
Suarez.
But Keselowski might be able to get some positions here, especially with somebody like Daniel Suarez having a terrible stop. Suarez lost a ton of position that time on the pit lane.
A very slow stop there for the 99 of Suarez, who exits alongside the 6 of Brad Keselowski. That got close right there. But fortunately, nothing. Oh, look at this. 20. 20 is able to get past the 9 of Chase Elliott right there, so up to 2nd place. Larson having a bit of a rough go here now. He's got the 23 all over him. He's under attack.
Yeah. He looks rough. He had a rough stop, and now has looked bad ever since he left the pit lane. The 23 of Bubba Wallace bumping him a couple times right there in the S's. Bubba goes around. You got the 1 of Chastain right behind. Harvick as well. Chastain, I think, getting a little bit slowed up, but he doesn't care. Now Larson on the outside gets slowed up, and he's...
Is something wrong?
Going down into turn.
They're just going to stay on him.
Harvick all over the...
Oh!
22 flying in like a torpedo.
Jesus.
And slams the 14 and the 77.
Oh!
We were focusing on the group close together, but... Oh, Hamlin almost Hamlin a little bit of contact with Ty Dillon as well. But Logano from the top rope.
Does he pit? Yes, he does. Well, Jay, it took him an extra lap, but unfortunately, oh my God, I thought he was going barreling off into the guardrail.
Out of the 24 with Chastain right behind him, another group, Kozlowski and Harvick back there. That's the 3 to watch, or 2 to watch for as they get.
Oh my Jesus!
Kozlowski is sabering all over it.
What in the world? I don't know what just happened.
We need to know.
They're racing back to the line on the final lap of stage 2. And it's Michael McDowell. The caution's not even out for that, but there's debris scattered all over the track, and the caution's coming out. Brad Keselowski just came in there like an absolute cruise missile, and Michael McDowell wins stage 2. The caution flies on the final lap of the stage. What in the world just happened? We will get a look as the rest of the field is coming through to cross the line. There's 9th and 10th place. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know what happened to the 24. He's gone somewhere after all that mess. Brad Keselowski's continuing on. It looks like for the final stage point, though, we wait for an update. It's the 2 of Austin Cindric. Jay was right. He got dumped by Harvick right there. You see it. Harvick hooks him. He can't do anything. It's Sebring, as Jay said, cleans out the cars in front of him, and, well, they continue on. Ty Gibbs leading his first ever laps in the NASCAR Cup Series. Kyle Larson has yet to come out of the pit lane, so obviously whatever issue they were having has not been resolved. Keselowski out of the race. Joey Logano out, the 17 of Buescher, and Kyle Busch as well. And Jay, we have 3 drivers out in front staying out. That's 7. Not a good launch there. It's going to open the door wide open for the 20 and the 12.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney going to take a 3 wide down into turn number 1. We know they can get 4 or 5 wide down in here, so 3 wide is easy, and Blaney going to go through easily on the inside of the 20 there. We know that Christopher Bell possibly has some damage from the pit lane incident. So far, so good. All the way through the back of the field. Larson still in the pit lane. Blaney actually not ahead of the 20 Christopher Bell just yet. The 7 of Corey LaJoie was able to eventually get away. Now Blaney gets in front.
The drivers that have made up some ground. How about Kimi Räikkönen in the 91? Not in the best position, but he has still gotten up almost into the top 20. And Jay, Jenson Button, former F1 champion, is in the top 20.
Yeah, he's looking really good in this race so far. Both him and Räikkönen have made up a lot of ground, but Button, the entire race has looked a lot better. Entire front end removed.
Oh, Räikkönen.
I think it's the... There's 91 of Kimi Räikkönen also coming out of the pit lane as well.
Räikkönen got some damage. Larson's now finally putting left sides on the car.
For the 7 and the 54, well, wait, let's wait on the 20. There is some contact, definitely 99 to 34. I think the 19 might have also had some contact with the 42. They're getting kind of stacked up in here, Gary. At some point, probably within the next couple of laps. And then,
no!
Big contact with the 34 that time.
And the 41 on the 9.
Priest also got in there really hot as well. Field was able to keep going and almost made a pass on Kyle
There he
Larson.
goes.
So obviously I think for the
Suarez too.
There goes McDowell into the rest of the pit lane, and their days are pretty much going to be over. They're not going to be done, but they're not going to have a chance to win unless everybody else can make it to the end, which Ryan Blaney going to the inside here of Corey LaJoie. Now he's got him set up for turn 1. Gary actually did not have him set up. Corey LaJoie covers the inside lane.
Nice here now, and well, the 20. There we go. Well, these guys are they're just doing it to themselves here. And COTA now Chastain with some damage off the back of the 31. What is going on? These guys are going rogue as this race goes on. And
we'll have to see what everybody else does this time. It looks like the 7 of LaJoie. The 54 also pitting. Blaney stays out. Noah Gragson stays out. The 20 stays out, but Truex pits for damage.
Ryan Blaney to defensive. Out of the penultimate corner, Noah Gragson simply just drives around the outside of this number 12. Not even a contest there. Gragson has found some speed, and to the lead, the number 42.
Saving. If there's any chance they cannot make it, we have the 12 and the 20 pitting. Looks like the 45, is also pitting. The 9, the 2 stay out. Gary...
They're confident they can't make it with a move like that. Button as well is going to come in, so they're pretty confident they're not going to make it to the end. So all of a sudden, if you're Gragson, Jay, what's the game plan? You have a chance to win your first cup race. Do you risk it on field, or do you come in and try to combat that? But if you pit now a lap later, those tires could be enough of a difference to lose you the lead. Is going to be a 1.2 second gain, Jay, that lap. So
he must have gained that all in sector 3.
I think that's where it's happening.
At all. And then after turn 10, he gained a ton on Greg. It does look a lot closer now than he was previously, but 1.7 seconds, that's a pretty large gap to make up in one lap. I think that Greg, unless he runs out of fuel.
Things are looking pretty good for that number 42 of Noah Gragson.
Penultimate corner for Noah Gragson. Still got fuel in the car, still got pickup. Coming to the last corner this time. Chase Elliott definitely closer to Gary, but not close enough. Noah Gragson has enough fuel. Final corner, final time at COTA. Noah Gragson is gonna, well, actually, the start finish line's further down here, so let's give it a second. Got enough fuel. Chase Elliott's close enough, but not close enough. Noah Gragson, first time winner in the NASCAR Cup Series. Gary, perfect weekend for him. Qualified great, executed in the race fantastically, had just enough fuel to make home. Noah Gragson is a NASCAR Cup Series winner.
Great day for the 21 of Harrison Burton. Tom Gilliland, top 10. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as well. Cody Ware just outside of the top 10. Great day for him. And all the drivers that elected to pit a little bit earlier there made the wrong call, but they probably couldn't have made it, which is why they pitted all the 20 cars coming in on the final lap, which will give a couple of positions away, like to Jenson Button here. Button, the F1 champion, crosses the line just behind the 50 of Connor Daly. That will put him scored as he's, well, you know what? He's maybe not happy with the 50 of Connor Daly. It will be 22nd here in Circuit of the Americas. Not representative of where he ran late in this race, which is a great day for him.